Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Longhorns offense will have the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After misfiring, it's second down. They'll leave it with him. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic now.
And that pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Looking to pass, it's Brady. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And you had all day to stew on and get excited and dream about getting sacks, and it took no longer than the first play to get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This defense has been doing it all year long.
Looking to pass on second down. Touchdown, Arkansas! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He's got great speed. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they missed an opportunity for a nice play on first down. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Got enough space. Touchdown, Texas! A great catch and run for 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given point.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He tries to take the top off. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Trying to find his man on first down. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. The #1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my #1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. Think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
Dances away from one. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back in the coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Pressure coming. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback. And the Razorbacks line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. Snap in the shotgun. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Dealing with a 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, the inside give. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Wide receiver shows motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. The fair catch called for and made. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Give to the single back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
To the air, it's Brady. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just a short pass to the tight end. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out. working on those critical down distances, third downs, and having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Off the play fake on first down. Wide open downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The play action fake. Fires left. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Wide out in motion. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working the middle, it's complete. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. More importantly, we have an early barn burner here. Both teams firing on all cylinders, as our stats will show you. No reason to think so far we won't see plenty more offense on display, or will the defense find an answer as we start the second quarter? This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
It's reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. They'll go to the ground. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Frank. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And it's no good. He missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
Well, that last missed field goal is essentially a microcosm of the year it's been for this football team. Things just not going the right way on offense, on defense, and on special teams. Guys, it's just been that kind of year.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He'll try to do it himself. At the 45, on his way. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to run for it. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Looking to go up top on first down. They're setting up the screen. Just plowing down the field. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. So the offense gets an automatic first down after the roughing the passer penalty. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree. Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Trying to get to it. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Razorbacks will punt it away on fourth down. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Texas offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David? And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Hatchett. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Down to the 18-yard line. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Safe completion on the screen. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's
touchdown Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. He wants to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. Snags it.
Oh, nice play by the offense. Defensively, I gave up the big play. It's over. Short memory. Now I got to bow my neck, make a stop on this goal line stand.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Guys, it's been an entertaining first half and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So good first half, but a great way, Jesse, to end this first half.
Yeah, you'd love to take that momentum into the second half. And listen, this offense practices 2-minute every single week for this exact situation. They'd love to be able to go generate a few more points before taking it into the locker room.
Makes the catch. It's Wolf. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He's looking for an open man on second down. He's right on target. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. It's complete. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Splits the uprights. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is on your own.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Longhorns will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
Still running at the 40.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
Running back searching for a hole. At the 35, he's open. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. You count up those explosive plays in the game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success. You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And the try is no good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah.
Pulls it in on the left. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. He'll pull it on the read. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Pocket starts to collapse. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. Back to the ground with the running back. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
The Longhorns trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. It's complete to the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Good, solid tackle.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance. And when they get that balance, they get that offense cooking. They get everybody pretty excited. You might even get a woo, big speed.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Brady. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Razorbacks with the 1st and 10. Going with the ground game left. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding, all right? This offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run, a pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Got it! Takes it to the house! Touchdown, Razorbacks! Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
He'll keep it himself. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. They have a ton of designed runs in the playbook for him, much like when Vince Young took over full-time at quarterback, threw for over 1,500 and rushed for another 1,000. Dual-threat guys can move the ball.
Yeah, and when you got a quarterback like that, you should have a ton of runs in there. I mean, if I'm Texas, I got a guy that's got wheels like that can burn. I would be dumb not to have this as a big part of my playbook.
He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. First down to start the drive after the break. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He caught it. And he will score! Touchdown, Longhorn! They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss, and now about to move to 9-1. Direct snap. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard, 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. All wideouts, no backs. They're going to throw it to start the drive. They're trying to get to it. And a sack all the way back at the 5. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say,
hit the afterburners, kid. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, and let him make some catches and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Throws to the back. Got his man. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Let's go. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Arkansas! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Indiana managed to avoid a bitter defeat by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around Bloomington had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. A third and long coming up here. The give out of the gun. How about this confidence in the running game, and he picks up 9, just short of the marker. It'll be 4th and 1. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be... And that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. Offense set on 1st down. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. At the 35, he's loose. Off he goes. Inside the 30. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Trying to make magic with his feet. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Yeah, he's done a great job all game long, making the right decisions, but knowing when to pull it and continue to keep drives alive. He's continuing to make the right decision time and time again.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Razorbacks want to crank the tempo.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Brady. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man. Plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
There's a great example of the offensive coordinator and quarterback being on the exact same page. The coordinator's anticipating man coverage.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Few anxious moments there, but the Hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. Using his legs, it's Wolf. Pulls his way forward. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here in late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Getting some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Razorbacks will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the returner will be knocked down. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. They're working that left side. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Scrambling away. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! And the beatdown has ensued. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Texas.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. And the returner is stopped. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Brady. He's going up top here late in the game.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And this defense has put a game together. Like it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Texas.
One more play to pad the stats. Defense playing a bail technique. On third down, he drops to throw. Coming after it. And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.